So I'm back on the world map, or my world map, my alternate world map, and I've been looking at it. I'm wondering what am I going to do to this thing. We're on the fourth one now. A lot has happened. A lot of nations have fallen. I've got three big things that are happening, and the first one being a big war, because there's been literally no action here with these guys. So we're going to see these red guys declare war on. Oh my days! I'm actually reading my sayings. Oh, there we go. You see the red guys declaring war on these purple guys up here. So you see. But the blue guys here have lots of friends. These aren't very friendly made people. But the blue guys are good friends of this small little nation here, so they call them into the war. They're also good friends of some of these like weird governments up here. Like they kind of exist, kind of not. I don't know how to describe it. They're literally just like an area no one's claimed, just full of like militias. But they're good mates of that one, because I say so. And they're also good mates of this guy down there. Just comment if they don't know or not. They do know. Yeah, the yellow guy will make sense with it. Yeah. So they're doing this, and they also call these guys into war. The red guys have many allies themselves. After this little fall apart here, they kind of like they got lots of influence in these two kind of countries here. But these reject to go to war. Only these guys come in. Pretty weak nation overall. But these are very powerful for themselves. They're probably like one of the most third or fourth in terms of military. Not high in economy, so literally no resources. But that's why they're going to war to get some. So they do a small push into the unnamed small country. That's kind of the equivalent of like Portugal. Assuming I'm going to do Age of Discovery, they'll be pretty big in it. And they start pushing into the southern areas here. In terms of navy, these guys are loser. Like these guys alone beat all these other navy. It's a beefy navy. So we see the influence of these guys. The naval influence just spans out all across this, and a landing is made. The first notable one on this island here, and it's captured by the Blues. And another landing later occurs over here and up here. I'll get onto them in a second. We'll see a major push up here into the plains. It's like undefendable. Right, there's forest around some here, but they just push through it, and they make it back up to there. This little naval landing here managed to spread out across this used to be this bit country. I'm pushing into the south, and they need to pull men back. They pull men from the capital to defend this. So I'm at capital C, capital like here, like here, like up here. Probably won't make sense with the law, but they found a city there. And these guys don't really have a designated capital. They got a big city here, let's say, or like settlement. And their capital was captured. I'm not gonna mark it. Well, mark it there. There you go. And it was captured, as has been shown. So move men from the capital upwards to stop them. Their advance are pretty successful, and they push it back pretty well. Not forcing it entirely, but like slowing it down. But this little distraction allowed the blue guys to do a very successful counter-offensive. But these guys' economy are bust right now, and also these guys don't see a point being in the war, so they can't just pull out. And the red guys don't care for him, so they just let him. And that's actually like a couple tens of thousands of troops just leaving the front here. So this allows a big. Hold on, sorry. Let's say these guys were stationed. The guys who pulled out were stationed here, and now they're gone, and they don't have time. These guys don't have time to reorganize everything. So he's pulled off a massive spearhead encircling this country, and finishing it off. And now they start walking up the coast, and there's nothing this army can do compared to like this one. So like it's like the full might. They have a few defensive forces here. They're probably like citizen militias just holding it off. And like the whole south falls. And these guys have realised there's no point joining the war because the personnel defending is already long gone. These guys are getting some land out of it, so they're willing to stay in this war for a bit. If they pull out, they'll say they don't really have much. They probably might be able to snag a win though. That's what we're gonna see here. As a joint force needs to. Or actually, that's just like France and Spain, or it's kind of like split. So maybe it's like Byzantine. Yeah, but I don't know. Call what you want in terms of real life. But they make a cheeky little risky landing up here, and there's no men here, so they just walk up the peninsula, like really well, and capture their capital. But the red guys don't surrender. So obviously these are like not a threat whatsoever. They've nothing here. It's just like it's only capitals of culture, very culturally rich. But in terms of like resources and like valuable land, that's all stationed like here. So they send a few people over to defend this. This obviously lets them push upwards because there's nothing there defending it anymore. But they don't make it far because it's some harsh terrain like here, like marshy. Let's call it. These mountains too much. It's not necessarily hard, more hard to get across for infantry. Is all they really have. Their cavalry. Another spearhead conducted, but slow because they're moving through forests. Like literally, it's just only forests. It's like equivalent like 1200. So not much deforestation's happening on a large scale. And now it's just cut off from its supply entirely, and it just falls. And whatever is of these red guys' navy is all up here now. Then they can landing this island. There's literally nothing. No point these guys having it. It's unvaluable land, and it is fully claimed. And I'm just walking over to the capital. All the men just giving up at this point, and these guys surrender. And the king flees to this island up here, and they're not bothered to go after him. So just let him be. And now what needs to do is finish off these guys down here, and they won the war. So now the whole army's moving down. They make a desperate final offensive to get them to surrender, but it's slow. Do manage to join the front, so now their army's here. Is arrived from here, and they're just fully pushed back. It's pushed back to here, and this is the capital's reclaimed. They're pushed down, and everyone has stand no chance anymore. As they had to move force out of this island, it was reclaimed. Naval landing here, force these out of the peninsula. Almost the whole army's pushed them out here. Actually, no, that's a bit bait. Let's say I have a small little fort. Wrong thing. I have a small little force remaining here, and on this island, drawn up. So we see. I'll highlight this for you. So the green guys who are the aggressors. Are now looking like this. Oh shoot! I'll fumble this. Hold on up. Right there. So they're the green guys. They look like this. They've annexed a lot of land over here. In terms of what they lost this island, and their little vassal / puppet state lost this. However, their influence spreads across this country, who's their vassal. This country's their vassal. This country's their vassal. Who else did I make? I forgot what I said. Well, not what I said, what I was thinking. And I believe I made these two. That guy's free. And this. So they're all their vassals. This is the former royal family of the empire. Who've now... So I'll just highlight you. So this is the purple. This is what remains of the guys out here. This is all that remains of them. Then you got just a new independent state here. So I'll clear this. New independent states here, here. Believe that's it. And these guys down here now own not that much more. They literally have that and this bit here. So they get a bit of land out of the war, but for the casualties, probably wasn't worth it. So I'll zoom out there and have a look at this. So. To run over it. This is all the orange guys stuff. Dark green's all the green guys stuff. Then that's their vassals. They're the new independent countries. That's what remains of them. These doesn't get touched. So they pulled out of the war. So the green guys are pretty powerful. They have lots of influence now. Probably one of the most influential wars this continent's ever seen. Because now these guys are like the dominant power of this half. These are the dominant power of that half. Yeah. So here's the second thing I wanted to do. We see the most organised of the tribes this guy. They're the most organised of all the tribes, the most powerful of all tribes globally, because it's like the only place there's tribes. So I'm like here, maybe like there. They declare war on the new democratic state down here for the civil war last video, which I had to record 2 days ago now, so I'm vaguely remembering that. But yes, they declare war on them, which shocks everyone. But not really wants to step into the third world country because like these guys. Well, realistically, they're all tribes too, so they don't really care. They don't care because they don't care for these, and these guys got a massive war and they're broke and they don't see a point. These guys, they're obviously all enemies because there's the civil war. So yeah, and these guys have a massive army. These guys literally got a war. They've got unviable land everywhere, like mountains, swamps, all that. So these guys just walk in. They straight up just walk into an established country as a tribe. Look at it, it's spreading out all across there. However, these guys are very rich because, thinking of a reason, let's say there's lots of gold. They say lots of gold here. So they say, hey, we'll sell you a bunch of stuff. We'll give you all this money if you leave it alone, and you can keep this land. And then they agree. And they also lost a lot of land. It's mainly valueless land. But they're a pretty big country now. Now everyone recognises these as an actual power now, so they took out a recognised place. So these guys are no longer a tribe, but a power. And this guy's got lots of influence in, namely this tribe and this one. So what they do, as a newly recognised country, gain lots of influence in the politics of these two and take them over as vassals. And now look at all that land they've got access to. Wow, a lot of resources, a lot of men. That's going to put them on the map for sure. And these blue guys aren't be happy about it, but realistically they're very much of a military. And you know what, just for future me, I'm just going to get them integrated straight away so I forget immediately that they're actually owned by these guys. So let's do that. Wow, pretty big place to be living. Wow. So yeah, that tribe just expanded. Like, look at that. That's a beastly empire. And these guys, and they've immediately made some mortal enemies, being them and them. Obviously, with all their vessels. Obviously, with all theirs. So yeah, they got two pretty big enemy in either side, but they don't really want to get in a war right now. So these guys are still broke. They're coming back, like they're almost where they were. And these guys are generally a weak country, like, comparatively. Like they can still take them in a war, but they're about as stable as anything, so they wouldn't last too long before they get overthrown. Like the current monarchs of that country. I still have to do one more thing. Yes. So the natives down here. I don't know if it was a lot. I can't remember when it was. But these guys kicked up against these guys, and they want to be their own independent state. However, there's only one group of the ethnic peoples there that are actually popular among like several big groups, and they're not being represented enough. So they just like kick off. Notably in the south, up the coast here, and you got like a greener one here. Dark blue up here. Let's just do a cheeky little red one there. Finally a pinky purple, whatever that is here. And they don't really want to get to war right now, so they say, right, we'll just give you up all this land, I don't care. So you guys immediately pull out the war. However, there will be war between all these guys, there's actually a point in this. And these guys pull out the war. So there was a point in doing this. So that's the original state. They lost like literally everything. But all these guys now to collapse. They just want to own the rest of the continent. So we see these guys immediately made peace with each other. Well, not like out the war, but like they're like non-aggression pact between each other. Because like they got one main enemy. They also allow these guys to move troops through them up to the front to support them. And these guys already immediately none of these guys care. So they start taking over each other bit by bit. That's the wrong blue. What's the right blue? They immediately start taking over each other. These blue guys lots of Latin, so that means they'll be the most powerful. Bit more war down here. The oranges make a mad dash for the coast. This is the most valuable land to have. Cutting these off and taking all this, as well as green, but like they're not going to get land out of this. So, oh, what colour is it? Oh, it's fine. We got them anyways. The purple guys will see a weak red and takes an opportunity to get some nice land for themselves. And as the war comes to a close, all these guys are about to collapse themselves. They all say, "Yeah, let's have some peace, man." So I said almost definitely got cut out because I'm lazy. But basically what I said, none of these guys are happy with each other, so they'll go to war. Apart from these guys, they're stable. How long has this been? 20 minutes is good. So yep, I'll put episode 5 up at some point next 2 days. Whenever this comes out, a day later I'll come out. Or on the same day if you're lucky. So thanks for watching. And goodbye.